Boys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Caleb Alva, and this is probably one of the most requested videos that I've gotten, quite honestly, all across every single one of my social medias. And to be honest, it's about time that you get a new haircut and a new hairstyle. Summer is approaching, and it's going to be everyone's prime time. Trust me, everyone's going to want to show out for the girls, for their friends, whatever the case may be. So it's about time to get a new haircut and new hairstyle, because these are going to be the best hairstyles that you need to try, specifically if you're a teenager or you're still in high school and middle school. But these can also work for adults, so if you're an adult, keep watching. But before I get into the new haircuts, make sure you hit the like button because it really helps out the channel. And as you all know, we're on the way to 100k subscribers, so if you subscribe, it would mean a lot. It's going to get us closer to our goal to try and hit it before the end of this year. Now, enough of that yapping. Here are the best 5 trendiest and best haircuts that you need to try out before summer comes or during summer. Now, before we get started, we have to go over some housekeeping rules. Obviously, if you see my videos before, you know I talk about specific things that you should do before you get a haircut, before you figure out which one that you want, because these are going to be so crucial and so important that are determining factors that actually come into play to prove if your haircut is even good, if it's going to look good on you before you even get it. And the two main factors are going to be your face shape and, of course, your hair type. Now, I only mention these because sometimes I see guys get haircuts and they just don't even match their face or their head shape. Their head looks weird. It's a certain shape. It just doesn't look attractive. And 2, the hair type, because obviously if you have super pin straight hair and you want to have curls, you're not going to be able to walk into a barber and him magically give you curls. This isn't the GTA 5 barber. I'm sorry, bro. Unless you get a perm, then it'll be possible. So finding out these 2 factors is going to be so key in determining which haircuts you can actually get and which ones will look good on you. So first up, we have the face shape. Again, as I said before, if you want the best possible haircut that suits you, you need to determine your face shape. And in my opinion, the best way, and the way I always tell people to do this, is to go on TikTok and look up the face shape filter. There are multiple ones on TikTok. There are 2 ones that are the best. One is going to be the Forte series filter, and 2, it's just the generic TikTok face shape filter, I think. But what I need you to do is go on there, figure out which one suits your face, because by doing this, it's just going to help you out in the long run. And 2, when you do this, you might find multiple face shapes that actually match your face. So this is when I tell people when this happens that you need to experiment, and I'll get into that a little bit later on how to experiment. But the biggest key here is to find which face shape matches your face the best. Now, of course, we have your hair type. Now, in my opinion, the best way I tell people to figure this out is whenever you see a hair fall out, or if you're just rubbing your hands through your hair and you have a piece of hair on your hand, take that hair and then immediately look up the hair type chart on Google, Safari, whatever you want, because then when it's in your hand, you can physically see one hair strand. You can actually compare your hair type to the hair chart, and it makes it so much easier, because again, by doing this, you can actually figure out which hairstyles will look best. If you look up on Google and find an image you like, you can see if you can actually achieve that hairstyle or not. And so now that we got that out of the way, we can actually get into the haircuts, with the first one being the classic middle part. Now, if you're in high school or middle school, I know you know that one kid that just rocks the middle part every single day, but that's because it looks good. It's trending, and again, it will be trending this summer. I can almost guarantee it. But the one question you might be thinking is, why would I have long hair in the summer? Isn't it going to be hot? I don't want to be sweating all day. Trust me, everybody and their mother is going to be getting skin fades, low tapers, low skin fades. So if you want to stand out and be different by actually having longer hair, you're going to stand out, look different, and plus it's going to be clean, classic type of haircut. So you won't be looking too much out of place, but it's going to be different, and it's going to make you separate yourself from all the other guys. So with that being said, kind of piggybacking off the first haircut, we're going to move into the second hairstyle, and that is going to be the flow. So basically, I'm just going to separate these 2 haircuts, the middle part and the flow, by saying the flow has just longer sides. Obviously, he's going to have that lettuce and flow in the back, but if you have the flow, you can obviously rock a middle part as well. But with the first haircut, the regular middle part, I would say just keeping it a little shorter, a little tighter, a little neater on the sides and the back, but you can still rock that middle part and it will still look good. But moving on to the flow, it's honestly one of the perfect hairstyles because it's low maintenance. You don't have to worry about going to get a haircut every 2 weeks or so, and you can kind of just let your hair grow out and free fall a little bit. Especially nowadays, the trend is going to be as natural as possible, and plus that's what girls think is the most attractive. They don't like those clean cut haircuts really anymore. So if you want something that's clean, neat looking, but also a little bit of those beachy surfer type of vibes, the flow is going to be your best friend, especially if you're at the beach and you get all the salt water in your hair, let it dry in there. It's going to give you that texture and that volume. It's going to look so sick. It's going to be perfect, especially if it fits your head shape and you have a little bit of wavy hair. It's wraps. You're going to be getting all the females, trust me. So if you haven't started growing out your hair, I would definitely recommend doing it now. It's probably a little bit too late for summer, but you still have time, around 80 days or so. Make sure you start growing out your hair if you want that flow hairstyle. With that being said, we're going to move on to haircut number 3, which is, of course, I can't mention a haircut video without saying this hairstyle, and that is going to be that Tick TikTok fluffy boy, trendy hairstyle, whatever you want to call it. You guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, I technically have it right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And to be honest, this is the hairstyle that most guys will be rocking this summer, and I can't complain. I think it looks great, especially if you do it properly. This is one of the most versatile haircuts, and when I say do it properly, I don't mean just having your sides and your back looking really long. I mean by actually getting a low taper on the sides and the back, and of course getting a low skin fade. It's just going to elevate your haircut so much, take it all the way from a 5 to a 10, all while keeping it longer on top, and that is the key. This is where most guys mess up. They get the top cut way too short, and then it just doesn't look right. So make sure you leave a lot on the top. It needs to at least be touching your eyebrows. That's the length and the bare minimum I'm going to put it at. But again, personally, I would definitely rock it with a low taper on the sides and the back, and of course the low skin fade. But a second key is to make sure you're using the right products to even achieve this look. And to be honest, there's only 2 products that I would recommend. I'm going to leave them tagged in this video so you can go ahead and purchase them. These are actually the ones I genuinely use basically every single day. So the first one is going to be a textured powder. Now, if you have a little bit of shorter hair or your hair is on the shorter side, this is when I would say use a texture powder. Basically, all a texture powder does is the little powder just gets in your hair, it clumps up your hair, therefore giving you more texture. So if you have shorter hair but you want to rock this hairstyle, definitely use the texture powder. But if your hair is a little bit on the longer side, around my length, I would definitely recommend getting a sea salt spray. Especially if you have wavy hair, this is just going to look so much better than if you didn't use any product. And if you have straight hair, it's actually been proven that it can help aid in giving you some wave in your hair. So overall, sea salt spray is just a 10 out of 10. It's definitely a product you need to be trying. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the 4th hairstyle. Not everyone is going to be able to pull this off. I'm just going to say it. So this is when the face shape and your jawline structure really comes into play, and that is going to be the buzz cut haircut. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. People with stronger jawlines and smaller foreheads typically look better in this hairstyle. So if that's you, definitely would give this one a try this summer. But the one mistake people get when getting a buzz cut is they get no type of fade. They just get the same guard number all the way around, and it makes your head look like an egg. Your head looks more round, and we don't need that. We want those sharp angles. So again, I would definitely recommend getting a low skin fade or even a mid skin fade, or even any skin fade would look great with a buzz cut. In my personal opinion, it just looks way better with a skin fade. And if you do want to get the buzz cut, it's going to be a very low maintenance haircut. You can just roll out of bed and get started with your day. The only stipulation is you're going to obviously have to go to the barber every 2 weeks or so to keep it looking fresh. But in my opinion, that's worth it. So let me know if you're going to try this haircut in the comments below. And finally, moving on to the last haircut that you need to try this summer. And in my opinion, it's up there with the buzz cut for one of the best summer hairstyles and haircuts that you can have as a guy in the summertime. And that is either going to be dreads or getting some type of braided hairstyle. Now, I know these are 2 different hairstyles, but I'm kind of going to put them in the same category. But in my opinion, they just pair so well together. Obviously, if you get these hairstyles, you can still get a low taper or a low skin fade on either of these styles, whichever ones you choose. In my opinion, the braids is the perfect summer look. So if you're into that stuff, I would definitely recommend getting the braids hairstyle. Especially nowadays, people are doing all these crazy designs. I don't know if you've seen on social media the chrome hearts design people were getting with their braids. Absolutely fire. If you get this in the summertime, it's going to look so good. I just already know you're going to have a sick outfit. You have a sick haircut. You're pretty much going to be the man. They were very trendy last summer, and I know they're going to be really trendy this summer again. So if you have longer hair or you just need a retwist in general, I would definitely consider getting these 2 types of hairstyles and haircuts for this summer. So boys, these are the 5 best haircuts and the most trendiest haircuts and hairstyles you need to try during this summer. Again, this is just my personal opinion, but I think a lot of you guys really like them. If you guys want some more information, more in-depth details about haircuts, make sure you guys go follow my Instagram and TikTok. It's going to be linked in the description. We upload daily on there, so make sure you guys go stay tuned there. So if you gain any value from this video, or you just thought it was entertaining, listen to me yap for about 5 minutes or so, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button. And again, it would really help out the channel, helping us grow. We're on the road to 100K, baby, and we're going to hit it, whether you like it or not. So you might as well just go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and subscribe down below. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one.